Welcome back. So we are here to go ahead and wrap up House of, hold on a second, because this camera. We're here to go ahead and wrap up House of the Dragon. It's been a crazy ride. I know I'm late, but baby, we're here. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and pair episode 7 and 8 in one video, just because I feel like, you know, it's been weeks, and 1, and then 2, I feel like we'll have more, you know, more sustenance. So for episode 7, the Red Sewing, we open with Adam of Hull and Rhaenyra meeting. And I wonder if the dragons could communicate. That was just a side note I had. They're roaring back and forth, Cyrax and Sea Smoke, and I just wonder, if, you know, if that's a thing that maybe they can do. Who knows? I feel like that would make things a lot easier if they could, you know, whatever. And Adam of Hull was very happy and quick to accept his new position. No questions asked. You know, this dragon chose me and I'm here to serve you. We see Lord Larys next, and somebody else, one of the other councilmen for Team Green, talking about getting Sea Smoke getting a new writer. And it always gets me how news and gossip and all these things travel so fast in this medieval ass time. Like, it's not like anybody can pick up a phone and say, hey, this is what I saw. I'm talking traveling by word of mouth through sea, traveling by raven. I said, you know, all these things that take probably days apart to really communicate. And the fact that it just, you know, of course we're seeing it clip by clip, but I'm just like, how would you even know that? And truth be told too, it's just also the game of telephone. Why would you even trust it? This information has been passed between 10 other people. Who knows what's even the truth? But anyway, it's a constant conversation. I don't necessarily see how the highborn, lowborn bastards, I don't understand why that matters so much. And I think at this point we go back to Team Black and the councilman, and everybody is just talking about, you know, not just anybody can get on a dragon, blah, blah, blah. My thing is this: if the dragon chooses the rider, I don't see the problem. If that means you have some blood of Old Valyria in you, if that means you have some Targaryen blood or Valerian blood or whatever the case, I don't see the problem. Granted, you might be a bastard, you may be many generations removed, but if the dragon decides not to burn your ass alive, who gives a fuck? I just don't understand why it matters at this point. And then for Team Black too, the councilman or whoever's having an issue with it, y'all need all the help that you can get. Rhaenyra cannot control these dragons just by her mouth. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, be serious. Y'all keep saying that we gotta take the advantage, that we have to advance forward, we have to do all these things. Okay, that means she needs dragon riders for these dragons. Y'all understand how big Vhagar is. Y'all understand the threat. I need dragon riders, and there's not enough Targaryens. And the kids I just sent off are too young. They're still like however old they are. So, hello? Then we move to the young Tully boy, who's just, you know, he's just not backing down from Daemon, and I really like that. That was very admirable. And I think that scene where he has to cut off so-and-so's head in front of all those people, I think it's really important because it feels like Daemon is finally having to answer for his actions. Like, Daemon often does stuff and there's never a real consequence to anything he does. And if you like Daemon, that's great, I guess. But overall, just in the general sense of like how things are supposed to go in this world, Damon, you cannot do that. So you told this man to go and do whatever and whatever, but then now you need their country folk to, raise their banner for you. And you know, you're not gonna have your cake and eat it too, or have your cake and ice cream. So you had to answer for that. Then of course, just being in Harrenhal, we see Damon again with his brother, and Viserys asks, do you really, want this crown? At that point, we move back to King's Landing, and we see that they are trying to secretly nurse Aegon back to health. I don't know how it can be a secret when he's doing all that damn screaming. Rightfully so, don't get me wrong. I understand he was burned half to death. But, yeah, I don't know how much of a secret they could keep it if he is in immense pain and is screaming at the top of his lungs. So, I don't know. And then, I think we said that in the last episode, but in this one, I think Rhaena and the little kids, they end up going to Pentos, and we see the Iron Lady. The thing that I don't understand is I just don't get why she don't like these kids, but whatever. I didn't care about her too much. Alicent's going off in the damn woods. Okay, so truth be told, this is the biggest part of the episode for me, for episode 7. Now, Jacaerys, our young Jace, is very upset about being a bastard, and his claim to anything, and the fact that you got all these other bastards who are of less bloodline than him just being able to claim a dragon, and them not understanding and whatever. Now here's the problem that I have. Jacaerys, I'm going to assume Jacaerys is 17, 18 years old. He's anywhere in that range, right? 16 to 18. To still be talking about bastards damn near 20 years later is crazy. To me. No matter what, you are my heir. You are my son. You were able to claim a dragon. That's that. Not to mention, why you talking about Sir Harwin being your daddy? It is what it is. Sir Laenor, yes, my husband that I married, was gay. He's gay. I was not going to force, and who knows, back in season 1, they might have tried. They might have tried and it just didn't happen, and Rhaenyra was like, okay, it's just not happening. It is what it is. Laenor went off to have his fun and do whatever he did, and so did Rhaenyra, and obviously condoms did not exist at this time, so she had Sir Harwin's babies. That's it. Are they bastards? Yes, they're bastards. But if you ask me, what other choice does she really have? She was with Sir Laenor, who's gay. So if they could not mate, it just was what it was. And Rhaenyra did not force it. She did not do anything of that nature. So it just was what it was. And honestly, I wish Rhaenyra would explain that. Keep having to take that harassment about it, like your kids are bastards. Okay, my kids are bastards because so-and-so's son didn't like women. That's it, and I married him. It is what it is. We got to do what we got to do. But the fact of the matter is, Jace, you are my son. You have a dragon. You are my heir. I am the rightful heir. You are the heir right after that. Who gives a fuck that your hair is not white? And I understand that shit like that matters in Game of Thrones, of course, whatever. But I think ultimately I just wish Rhaenyra would really defend herself. Like, especially if Laenor is no longer in the picture, I can understand not necessarily wanting to out him at the time that he was still around. But now, again, we're so many years removed from even Laenor being in the picture. Guess what? He was gay. Nothing wrong with that. But I don't see how I'm supposed to be with him if you know. Anyway, okay, so yeah, we got the dragon riders. It clearly, what's his face, had a bastard, so she has another uncle, brother to Viserys and Daemon. So he's on his way to try to see if he could claim a dragon. Okay, so Alicent at this point is off in the woods, pretending to be able to get away from her life. You know what's crazy? You know, I've spent all of these episodes tearing Alicent to pieces, and I do still stand by that. But I do want to say, believe it or not, I do feel bad for Alicent. Because we understand, and I've said this before, that she's a product of her environment. At the end of the day, all of this shit really comes down to the manipulation and just evilness of Otto Hightower. His manipulation and his greed. And unfortunately, that influenced Alicent for the worst. Angry, confused, jealous, all of these complex feelings that she's had over the years of her duty and what she's had to do. In the beginning, when we first see them transition into adults, and how terrible Alicent treats Rhaenyra. You see Alicent feels very justified in her treatment. And then as time is going on and we're seeing those consequences and the fact that war and all this shit is about to come from this, you know, we see that now she's having time to reflect and being like, damn, this has gotten too far. It's a terrible position to be in. And I do feel for Alicent. It fucking sucks. Does that justify the way that she has been acting and the shit that she's done? Absolutely not. But just from a human perspective, there is nothing on this planet that is just, I mean, there are a few concepts, right? But the human experience is never just black and white. There's a lot of complex gray area that goes into somebody's character. And I understand that even for Alicent. Granted, I still don't like her ass, and there's plenty of things she could have did differently. But I get it nonetheless. Then we go back to Dragonstone. We see the Dragon Keepers, I guess, of Old Valyria, and they're very stingy. All of them kind of walk out like, this is blasphemy. You can't just have whoever. I'm over here thinking, though, that they knew the plan. They knew what was going on. Like, y'all know we need dragon riders for these 3 fucking random dragons in order to go to war. I just don't understand. But anyway, Rhaenyra is brave as hell to be talking to Vertimore. Big V. That's what we gonna call him. Very brave. And it's interesting. I just wonder why she can't claim more than one dragon. I mean, Daenerys did it. Obviously, though, she was the princess that was promised, whatever. Not that that really matters, but why Rhaenyra can't do it? It's just interesting. I just want to know more about that. Because I feel like it'd be possible for somebody like Rhaenyra. Then with the Ulf guy who ended up getting Silver Wing, them damn dragons just be playing, because pushing him with his nose was crazy. And this Ulf, I guess is his name for Silver Ring. I can't. Silver Wing, I can't stand Ulf. He sucks. But anyway, we are left at the end of that episode with an incredible vision. I guess Aemon gets word that there are new dragon riders. He's pissed. He make it look like he's finna go to Dragonstone, and he sees 3 dragons, 4, however many was behind Rhaenyra, ready to turn the fuck up, and he turned his ass around and hit that U-turn. So I love that for her. Love that for Rhaenyra. Very, very powerful image there. And then now we get to episode 8, The Queen Who Ever Was. All right, so this was an interesting episode. Now let me say this. Well, I'm gonna save it for the end, actually. But anyway, we're here. We see Tywin. It's Tywin. Tywin Lannister is bargaining in Essos. I have no idea where they was at. I might have missed that, but he is somewhere off in a foreign land trying to gain, ships. Aemon is pissed. He's randomly burning down a damn town. I don't know. Larys is trying to get Aegon to flee because he feels like once Aemon returns, he's going to take his anger out on Aegon and try to kill him. He makes a point to say that without Vhagar, or Vhagar's side, that Rhaenyra has 7 dragons. Whatever, let's just disappear and then wait for them to kill each other, and then you can come back and claim the throne. But realistically speaking, you cannot just disappear and then randomly pop up. I don't know what these fucking people be thinking sometimes. If I was, because the townsfolk is not as stupid as y'all think they are. So the fact that you think you were just gonna randomly, after destruction and a whole bunch of death and shit happens, and then you randomly, Aegon pops back up like, hey guys, I hope everybody's okay. Like, nigga, where was you at? That's not gonna happen. You cannot just randomly pop back up after however long this war lasts and then think that everybody is just gonna be okay with that. That's nuts. I don't know. That's literally crazy. We see Lord Corlys again. He's still just lying to everybody about who them damn kids are, and I don't understand why. Like, especially because Rhaenys, rest her soul, the queen who never was, baby, she's dead. Okay, I hate it for us, but she's dead. If you have 2 bastards, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Sir Alfred finally gets to Harrenhal. And he, finds Daemon, and he's like, look, you gotta put the pedal to the damn metal. We need a king. Love Rhaenyra, but we need you as the king. Alright, so then we get to, Aemon just walks into the room, and he's grabbing up on Helaena. Like, look, you need to fly Dreamfire into battle and whatever the fuck. Just grabbing on her, being just real aggressive. And this is the first time for a while that we've seen Alicent really step up and defend one of her kids. Obviously, we know Helaena is her favorite, but it was refreshing. It was definitely refreshing to see you be like, look, you are not about to sit up here and corrupt your damn sister. That's crazy. But yeah, he's definitely lost his mind. He definitely has. Now let's Christian Cole. I'll be honest, Christian Cole is super annoying to me. As y'all probably already know. He's annoying to me because you spent the entire season 1 and season 2 just being a dickhead. You know what I mean? Just being a dickhead. And then once you actually get in a battle with these dragons and you see the destruction that they cause and the fact that, you know, fire can turn somebody into ash, now you want to sit back and have a reflective moment and, you know, this belongs to the dragons and we're all going off to our death. What the fuck do you think was bound to happen? Like, in my mind, when you hear dragons, did you just take that, you just never took that as a threat? You just never took it seriously? Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like, again, this is the human experience. Extremely flawed, right?